Hello, welcome to my channel Christian Faith and Fiction. My name's Lou. Today I want to share with you some Christian fiction books that are releasing in May 2023. So I found about 10 books, I think, roughly, that are coming out in May. If you know of any more, please do add them down in the comments. These are ones that are listed as Christian fiction on Amazon, that are published by publishers that usually publish Christian fiction. I can't guarantee how much faith content they're going to be in each one, as I haven't read any of them, but yeah, these are listed as Christian fiction. As always, I've put them into different genres. As we're going through, let me know down in the comments if any of them sound like books that you would like to read in the future. So in mystery and suspense, Counterattack by Patricia Bradley is published by Revell and it releases on the 16th of May, and this is Pearl River Book 1. No sooner has Alexis Stone been sworn in as the interim sheriff for Russell County, Tennessee, when a serial killer dubbed the Queen's Gambit Killer strikes again, this time in her hometown. Pearl Springs is just supposed to be a temporary stop along the way to Alex's real dream, becoming the first female police chief of Chattanooga. But the killer's calling card, a white pawn, and a note with a chess move printed on it cannot be ignored. In historical fiction, The Keys to Gramercy Park by Candice Sue Patterson is published by Barber Fiction and it releases in paperback on the 1st of May, but I believe it's already available in ebook. Investigative historical journalist Andrea Andrews is tired of waiting tables to make ends meet. If she could find and write the next breakout story, she could secure a promotion with Smithsonian Magazine as their writer-at-large. But not much happens in Lower Manhattan out of the ordinary until she discovers post-Civil War counterfeit bills hidden in the wall of her historic district apartment. Politics have always been Bo Davidson Quincy's passion. Despite his family's real estate empire, his clean image and single status make him a target in the media as he prepares to build his campaign for NYC governor. He has nothing to hide until a cute waitress unravels a mystery that could destroy his family's reputation. In This Moment by Gabrielle Meyer is published by Bethany House and releases on the 2nd of May, and this is book 2 in the Timeless series. Maggie inherited a gift from her time-crossing parents that allows her to live 3 separate lives in 1861, 1941 and 2001. Each night she goes to sleep in one time period and wakes up in another, until that is she turns 21, when she will have to forfeit 2 of those lives and everyone she knows in them forever. The Swindler's Daughter by Stephania H. McGee is published by Revell and releases on the 2nd of May. A surprise inheritance, a cache of family secrets, a choice that will change her life forever. Lillian Doyle has lived her entire high society life with her widowed mother, believing her father died long ago, but when news arrives that her estranged father only recently passed away in jail, Lillian is startled to find that the man has left a business and all his possessions to her, making her a rather unusual heiress. When she goes to take possession of her father's house in the backwoods Georgia town, the dilapidated structure is already occupied by another woman who claims it was promised to her son Jonah. In her attempts to untangle the mess, Lillian will discover not only a family she never knew she had, but a family business that is more than meets the eye and has put a target on her back. In the Shadow of the River by Anne H. Gebhart is published by Revell and releases on the 9th of May. In 1881, Tracie Reed is only 5 years old when a man attempts to kidnap her from the steamboat her mother Irina works on. Badly wounded during the confrontation, Irina takes Tracie aboard the Kingston Floating Palace, a showboat tied up beside them. There, Tracie's active grandfather tends to her mother and Tracie gets a first taste of the life she will come to lead. 15 years later, Tracie is an actress aboard the Kingston Floating Palace and largely contented with her adopted family of actors, singers and dancers, especially Gabe, who has always supported her, and the gruff grandfather she has come to know and love. Jassie's mother has been gone for years, but the memory of the altercation that ultimately took her life and the cryptic things Jassie has overheard about her past is always there, lurking in the back of her mind. When someone on the showboat tries to kill Jassie, it's clear her questions demand answers, but secrets have a way of staying in the shadows, and the answers she craves will not come easily. Gabe only hopes they come in time for him and Jassie to have a future together. The Heart's Choice by Tracy Peterson and Kimberly Woodhouse is published by Bethany House and releases on the 16th of May. After witnessing a wrongful conviction as a young girl, Rebecca McCutcheon, the first female court reporter in Montana, is now determined to defend the innocent. During a murder trial, something doesn't sit well with her about the case, but no one except the handsome new Carnegie librarian will listen to her. Librarian Mark Andrews' father sent him off to college hoping he would take over the business side of the family ranch. Mark would rather wrangle books than cows, but when a patron seeks help with research in hopes of proving a man's innocence, Mark is immediately drawn to her and to her cause. In contemporary romance, The Secret to Happiness by Suzanne Woods Fisher is published by Revell and releases on the 2nd of May. Callie Dixon had the world by its tail until it all slipped away. Fired from her dream job after making a colossal mistake, she's escaped to her aunt's home on Cape Cod for time to bounce back. Except it isn't a home, it's an ice cream shop. And time isn't going to help because Callie's bouncer's up and left. There's a reason she made that mistake at work and she's struggling to come to terms with it. Things go from bad to worse when Callie's cousin Dawn drags her to a community class about the secret to happiness. Happiness is the last thing Callie wants to think about right now, but instructor Bruno Bianco, a curiously gloomy fellow, is relentless. He has a way of turning Callie's thoughts upside down, her feelings too. Could Bruno be right when he says that hitting rock bottom is the very best place to be? If so, how is that supposed to help her find exactly what or who has been missing all along? The Thing About Home by Rhonda McKnight is published by Thomas Nelson and releases on the 9th of May. Casey Black needs an escape. When her picture-perfect vow renewal ceremony ends in her being left at the altar, the former model turned social media influencer has new fame, the kind she never wanted. An embarrassing viral video has cost her millions of followers, and her 7-year marriage is over. With her personal and business lives in shambles, Casey runs from New York City to South Carolina's Low Country, hoping to find long-lost family. Family who can give her more answers about her past than her controlling mom/manager has ever been willing to share. What Casey doesn't expect is a postcard-worthy property on a 300-acre farm, history, culture, and a love of sweet tea. She spends her days caring for the land and her nights cooking much-needed southern comfort foods. She also meets Nigel, the handsome farm manager whose friendship has become everything she'd never had. And then there are the secrets her mother can no longer hide. In fantasy and sci-fi, Radiant by Ashley Bustamente is published by Enclave and is releasing on the 9th of May, and this is book 2 in the Colour Theory series. I'm not going to read the description to book 2 because it follows on from book 1, but the beginning of book 1 description reads, "When Ava Locke was 5 years old, she began a journey to join the benefactors, the leaders of the magical continent of Magus. 12 years later, she unwittingly started down the road to betray them." And finally, in biblical fiction, In Feast or Famine by Mesu Andrews is published by Waterbrook and is releasing on the 9th of May and is book 2 in her Egyptian Chronicles. Thrust into an arranged marriage, the daughter of ancient Egypt's high priest plays a pivotal role in Joseph's biblical narrative. After 4-year-old Asenath's mother is murdered by Egypt's foreign rulers, the child is raised to be a priestess by her overprotective father, high priest of Egypt's sun god. For 15 years, Asenath is sequestered in the upper levels of Ra's temple, convinced it is her destiny to heal the land by becoming queen to the next Egyptian pharaoh. But when Egypt's foreign king instead gives her as a bride to the newly appointed vizier, a Hebrew named Joseph, her entire world is shaken. Beyond the walls of her tower, Asenath discovers treachery, deceit, and conspiracy that force her to redefine her destiny and weigh where her true loyalties lie. Can she still trust the gods of Egypt, or is Elohim, the foreign god of her husband, the one who will heal her nation during the feast and famine to come? So we've got several different books there for you. Which one was your favourite? Which one do you think you're most likely to read? Let me know down in the comments and I'll be interested to see your opinions on that one. I hope you're having a really great reading week, and until next time, God bless. Bye.